Hello there, fellow pop culture enthusiast. Welcome to MediaMeowz. I'm Teddy, and I just saw Barbie. I have a lot of notes. Today we'll be getting into the good, the bad, the ugly, did I cry, should you see it? So first, I think some congratulations are in order. The people of the world have spoken, and they would not like the entertainment industry to die. As of now, 17 days into Barbie's release, it has made over $823 million. Almost $1 billion. Congratulations, Barbie. Congratulations, Ken. Mattel, good job. Moviegoers, you did it. People who went to the store and bought up all the pink paint. You bought all the pink from the stores. We do want nice things. Good job, everyone. These are Marvel numbers. These are this will never stop numbers. This is a box of worms, a box of bees, a box that will never be shut. This is a success for the entertainment industry. So obviously spoilers for everything about the Barbie movie and what I think about it. Barbie is about Barbie and everyone else who lives in Barbie land. While living out her best life, Barbie has suddenly overcome with thoughts she's never thought before. Nothing's working like it used to, and Barbie just wants things to go back to normal. From the trailers, I was expecting a more dark take somehow on Barbie. We did get a glimpse of Barbie having crisis mode, thoughts of death, and then going on an adventure. So for some reason, I thought this was going to be an action adventure comedy, like Barbie in space or Action Barbie. And I honestly thought it was going like that until the first head tilt moment where you're like, wait, what? What did they say? And it's kind of jarring. Going into it, I did hear people saying that there was going to be surprises, like they're not letting us know what this movie is completely about. So as soon as I understood where this movie was going, my jaw was kind of on the floor the whole time. There's also a lot of controversy about this movie, and I feel like they want you to feel something, though. The controversy is intended. It makes you think. Whenever something is brought up and you don't fully agree with something, that makes a cognitive dissonance where you can see the gap in the possibilities. So I think whatever you feel and what you think about this movie or any movie is literally appropriate. Is this movie making fun of men? Yes. Is this movie making fun of women? Yes. Are jokes okay? Yes. We do have to remember that we are supposed to think. And art and film literally is supposed to make you feel something you have never felt before and put you in somebody else's shoes. So if this movie made you feel something, it literally did its job. The cast, I think everybody did a great job. I feel everybody stood out in their own way. One of my critiques is that I would love more Barbies, more time with the Barbies, more one-liners, more funny things for them to do, more funny things for them to say. I thought Margot Robbie was very good. This is one of the few Ryan Gosling movies I've basically ever seen, but from what he did in this movie, I feel like he got into character even more when he was singing. He was super into it, and it really elevated the movie when they broke out into song. Kate McKinnon, I love on SNL. I feel like it's hard to convey comedic timing on the editing floor. Sometimes those extra beats are so important to the joke and how it's going to land. And that's one of my things too with this movie. I just feel the beats are too fast. I feel they cut just a little bit from everything. All the cast was perfectly styled. I just feel like we really needed to see them more or linger on them more or have more beauty shots. Since we're in such a beautiful place, I feel like just more vanity, more hang time on a lot of the scenes, like through the whole thing. Or more interesting angles, just more time there looking at everything in a beautiful way. It was also cool to see Marvel actors and potential Marvel actors in this film, but I could get around that I was seeing them as their Marvel characters, but it was pretty hard to do. But good job to everyone. The songs I thought were great. Like I said, it did elevate the entire movie for me. I wish the Barbies sang. Why didn't any of the Barbies sing? After the movie, I have found myself just going around the corner of my house and being, I'm just Ken. Anywhere else I'd be a 10. So what stood out from this movie is the messaging. As soon as you realize what's going on and what story they're trying to tell us, I feel like you're just thrown off balance. I don't know if they would have said where we were going with this movie in the trailers would have helped. I do like surprises in movies. I don't even like watching trailers for movies because I feel people put too much in trailers and they spoil the whole movie for you. I didn't know where this movie was going, but I love movies. I think everybody should watch every movie. There's so many stories out in the world, and everyone should really learn from everything. And they just never stopped after they started just pushing you off balance, which is fine. But that is also why I think this movie requires a repeat viewing. With literally all the things that this movie is trying to say, you can't just watch it once. And movies should be made so that you watch them again. That's what makes a good movie. Think of your favorite movie. How many times have you seen it? What makes it good? All of the seemingly practical effects were so cool. Just seeing something done with a real object, it almost looks like magic. So I would like more effects, more effect gags from practical means. But I want more Barbies. I want every Barbie you can think of, even if they're just in the background. I want Barbies doing everything. If there's hundreds and even thousands of different Barbies and Kens, where are there Barbie avatars in this town? There should be thousands of Barbies. And if Barbies are literally the thought form of play from all the people that are playing with Barbie, there should be so many Barbies. I also basically feel like there's a subplot that was never truly explored, that there is something very strange going on in the real world in the Barbie movie. What were they going to use that box for? Why was that box special? Could they have used any box to put Barbie back in the box? Or did they just metaphorically want to put somebody in a box? Obviously, something was going to happen when Barbie got in that box. Like it was going to power on and drain her of her energy. I also feel like Barbie Land is some kind of Monsters, Inc. type power draining device. Or more like a power harnessing. I feel like there's something on the Mattel board of directors with Will Ferrell that they have some kind of crazy sketchy scheme going on, and they're using the energy of the Barbies to do something. It's kind of hard to get over the bluntness of the jokes throughout the whole movie. Again, you're just in awe of the funny in-your-face joke. All of the visual jokes are so funny when Barbie is just walking across water, when there's no mirror in the mirror, when there's no water in the shower. But there is water, but we just don't see it because they're pretending, because they're playing. So I just want more. I want more play. I want more imagination. I want more gags of how kids pretend to play and the things we don't see them playing with. That's something that they use in Barbie Land. So more, please. This movie is triggering, but that's okay. Life is supposed to make you think. If you feel something, if you think something, that's important. That's important to you. Because the movie touches on so many themes and so many, surprise, stereotypes, I feel like this will trigger something in everyone. It's not just making fun of one thing. And surprise, yes, movies have points. Art has points. But this movie is making fun of everyone. It's poking fun at everyone. It's making light of everyone because everyone is doing what this movie is showing us. We are all playing a role. We are all enacting stereotypes. We are all playing. We are all playing with dolls. And can you be more than that stereotype? Can you be yourself and not just play? And some people don't even know that they're playing a stereotype in our real life. The strong person, the smart person, these are all things that are thought forms. And what happens when people in the real world, in the Barbie movie, think things and play around? They create a new stereotype that's pushed into Barbie Land, And now there's a new Barbie that's feeling these new things and enacting that role. So I just feel like it will be very easy for everyone to get hooked by their trigger once it's shown on screen. One part I don't understand is when Barbie and Ken were rollerblading down the street and Barbie gets touched, which is basically illegal. She goes to jail and gets arrested for literally defending herself. So I don't know if both of them got arrested and they still have that other guy in jail. Not sure. Also, where do all the Kens live? Because there's a lot of Kens, like a full beach and musicals worth of Kens in the movie, and none of them seem to have any amount of items in any of the Barbies' houses. Where do they even get that stuff when they move into the Barbies' houses? I feel we need more time with the sets. More ABC sea footage of just plastic waves in the ocean while Barbie's talking. I think there should have been a scene where the other Barbies were maybe all painting their toes, and we all saw that their feet are like that too. That just would have made it hit a little bit harder, because I feel like it was missing impact on that, especially because it was shown in the trailer. About repeat viewing, I feel like every single thing about this movie gets in the way of this movie. Either that joke was too funny and you're trying to understand every aspect of that joke on every single level because it's trying to make so many points, and you can't focus on the beautiful scenery, or it's too beautiful and you weren't even listening to what they were saying. So please see this again so it will hit harder the second time. I'm going to see it a second time, but I'm waiting because every showing at my local theater is still booked. There's not a showing that's less than half full, and there's other movies to see right now. So I will go again. I feel like the movie is too fast. The beats are just so quick. I feel like we need more time to analyze what's going on along with the characters. I know it's supposed to be a comedy, but it's more than just a comedy. I want more deep talks, more life-altering sentences, more crazy things that the Barbies say. The best parts are when Barbies are living their life and then you do a head tilt because they said something crazy. Something I thought is that everyone in Barbie Land is very easily manipulated. As soon as someone in the real world is playing with a Barbie and puts their emotions and their thought forms and their play style into a Barbie, it's translated literally immediately into the persona, or a new persona maybe, or just the persona of a Barbie that already exists, and changes them. And then Ken goes back to Barbie Land, and by the time Barbie gets back, Ken has changed everyone's perspective, everyone's stereotype to a completely different one. And all the Barbies are literally okay with it. All the Kens are literally okay with it. And the Barbies just snap out of it and magic sparkles happen. And throughout the movie, just magic sparkles happen sometimes. But I don't remember magic sparkles happening to any of the Kens to snap them out of it. Maybe they did off camera. Let me tell you something about this movie. It's beautiful. The sets, the message, the actors, everything about this makes it a good movie. Should kids see this movie? Probably. I think everybody should know everything. So yes. Did you guys wear pink to this movie? Everyone in my theater was either with someone who wore pink or dressed up. Pretty much everybody dressed up. And that was the Sunday of the weekend release. And all the showings are almost still booked. Should everyone see this movie? Yes. You should see every movie. You should see every show. You should read every book. You should hear every song. There is so much time wasted in this world complaining about the same thing, and some people get in loops and don't even know it. You should experience new things. So what was this movie about? What was the point? Literally countless points. So many points. Don't be just a stereotype, because you're not what you're enacting. You're just playing, role-playing, playing around. That everything is just play. Every stereotype you can think of. Openness, Barbie would just say what she's thinking. Bluntness, Barbie would just say what she's thinking. Ken would just say what he's thinking. Gender stereotypes, gender trauma just in general. So, did I cry? What qualifies as crying? Did my eyes produce a tear that did not come out of my eye? Yes. When Barbie was escaping all of the Mattel board and she went into that room with Ruth, it was just creepy and off-putting, an edge of your seat vibe where it just made me feel anxious. And when Barbie said at the end of the movie that she doesn't even really think that she's a Barbie anymore, that this isn't even really who she wants to be, and then the screen just got white, she's dead. She immediately shot out of that universe. Luckily, she somehow went to the real world or was reborn again as a human or woke up from whatever pod she was in, and now she's hanging out with America Ferrera, but she's done being a Barbie. And I feel like that's sad because she could have continued to do that. She can be anything, but she literally left all of that behind and went on to a completely different plane of existence. I feel like you could do all of it. I don't think that Barbie Land is going to be incredibly successful, especially if stereotypical Barbie isn't there to let them know how the real world is. Just how Ken told everyone how the real world is and made it a not so great place for everyone, stereotypically, with just bits and pieces and gatekept information, it's basically doomed to fail. Is Barbie worth seeing again? Yes. I think you should see every movie with your friends, and then see it again by yourself, see it with your family, and then talk about it. It's important to share what you've learned. Out of what a Barbie movie could be, 8 out of 10, 79 out of 100, 4 stars out of 5. Yes, I would recommend this movie. Comment what you thought about Barbie, and I'll see you after your next movie.